Welcome back, everybody. A lot going on right now. As you guys can tell, I'm still in Spain. I'm still over here by the Med. Let me go ahead and apologize if the volume is any weird or if the video quality seems any different than normal. Currently, I'm literally in the backyard where my family is. My little brothers are running around, so if you hear any noise, please pardon it. But with that said, let's talk about Tesla. Let's talk about the market. Let's talk about what's going on right now. So all day, we essentially had a flat day. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. Here we can see Tesla, okay? You can see Tesla is moving a little bit now, but it's been essentially a flat day. We were waiting all day to see what would happen regarding the Fed minutes. And those got released, and essentially they were borderline hawkish, but for the most part, you could just say that they were neutral. So the market is kind of digesting that still. I mean, you can see here again, like with Tesla, like there's just not much going on right now. We're up about $7, maybe a percent. You know, I think my computer's actually lagging a little bit here. No, it's accurate. Okay, yeah. So we're up slightly, but you know, overall, it seems like this is kind of a nothing burger. And again, you got to remember, this is all old data, so it's nothing that's really affecting anything, the big scheme of things with the macros or anything. We haven't heard from the Fed really in quite some time. They're at this point, they've potentially pivoted, if you will. They're very data dependent. So what does that mean? That means that moving forward, the interest rate hikes that they'll go ahead and enact are all going to be based off of what the results are. What's CPI? What's PPI? What does core look like? What do jobs numbers look like? What's going on with the oil market, right? So that's essentially where we are right now. And as far as we can tell, it looks like we may be getting some relief finally when it comes to inflation. Today, Target, again, you know, not the best outlook. Walmart was somewhat decent, but they're also having pressures. We see what's happening with Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, it's just on and on. We're seeing these effects. We see companies laying off left and right. We see companies starting to slow down. We do see an uptick in consumer spending, but the real question is, does that really have anything to do with inflation? Keep in mind, as these companies like Walmart, Target, etc., right, as they lower their prices to try to get rid of all this excess inventory they have, well, you lower the prices, you kind of increase your demand a little bit there, and they want that. But there isn't a direct correlation between people spending and inflation, right? So keep that in mind. The reason that people are buying more is possibly just because goods are being discounted. They're cheaper now. And on top of that, what really matters are commodity prices. We're seeing all of those come down. So in my opinion, we're in a very good, healthy state right now. When it comes to the macros, at least compared to where we've been over the last, call it 6 to 8 months. So as far as this current moment, we are healthy. Now, keep in mind, healthy meaning, you know, I mean, imagine you're just one day out from feeling not so great. Okay, that's essentially where we are right now. So we still have a long way to go. Inflation needs to come down a lot more, especially for the Fed to feel comfortable. But hopefully when we get the next reading of CPI, PPI, core, jobs number, all that, it bodes well for this narrative so that the Fed can continue going on with 50 basis point rather than doing another 75 basis point rate hike. Now, as of today, as of August, it does seem like we'll probably get a 50 basis point rate hike come September rather than another 75. And from there, we'll just have to go day by day. Now, let's focus on Tesla again. Regarding Tesla, today's the interesting day, right? Because today's the 17th. So today's supposed to be that day where, brokerage houses, they essentially have to take an account of who owns what with Tesla for the stock split. So if you've been living under a rock and you're not aware, everyone who owns Tesla is essentially going to get 2 shares for every one that they currently have. So this is the 3-for-1 split, or this is the 2-share dividend, right? However you want to say it, this means the same thing. Essentially, if you own 1 share of Tesla right now, come the 25th, you'll have 3 shares at 1/3 of the price. Now, you guys have all heard it. You probably hear it nonstop. People always trying to, be that person that's like, well, actually, when you split a stock, it doesn't do anything for the value of the company. Yeah. Right? These people, Poindexters, if you will. So this is going to be the fundamental difference in my opinion, is that yes, that is true, but in reality, what tends to happen is when you cut it in thirds, right? So you went from $900 or $1,000 to $333 a share. You just increase your total addressable market, so more people can come in and purchase Tesla shares. And I know, again, you get the same people be like, well, people can go on Robinhood and they can buy what it. People don't like doing that. People don't like doing that, right? I don't know why people don't, you'll hear like all these analysts and these people talk about this. They're like, it's not going to make a difference. All right, watch and see what happens. Over the long run, it will make a difference. And if for no other reason, because Tesla employees can now, have more desire to participate if they're not already in their ESPP plans, or at least feel better about the ESPP plan, right? And on top of that, you have other people, other new investors that are outside of the institution, right? Institutional investors. You have more retail investors that can come in and they can actually purchase multiple shares, right? Where at one point people could have only bought one share maybe, now they could buy 3. If maybe they could only buy 5, well now they can buy 15. And the point of that is that you feel like you have a real ownership of the company. Yes, on paper it makes no difference, but you know what? It matters. It's the same way like when you were a kid and you could have $101 bills or just a $100 bill. Well, if you had 101s, you felt like you had more money. And I know this, we're all adults, and none of this should really matter at this point, but it's still our human psychology, okay? We're not that different from when we were little kids. We're not that unique just because we're adults. And my hair is doing something really weird if you guys can't tell. It's mainly because we were in the med all day, and I got back and we hopped in the pool all day, and so hopefully I'm getting a little bit of sun here, but I guess I'm kind of already tan just because I live in Florida. But anyways, back on target. I just noticed that. I'm like, whoa, what's happening in my hair? But yeah, so I think the next few days should be interesting. Going on for the rest of this week, there really isn't much more news that should be Fed related or macro related in the big scheme of things. Next week we'll have the split, so that should be pretty exciting. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the movement is. I still have some cash sitting on the side. I've been kind of racking my brain about what to do. Part of me, my message to everybody would be dollar cost average. If you have the money, go and buy. None of this financial advice, but that would be my advice to anybody else if they were to ask. But when it comes to yourself, I tend to suck at taking my own advice. And the reason is I'm kind of hedging. Why do I say hedging? I've essentially put half of my money to work, and I have another half that I guess more like 2/3. I put 1/3 to work over this last 2 weeks, and I have this other 2/3 of cash that I just have sitting on the side, just in case something happens like last time where we had a split and then we dipped and then we rallied again. Again, who really cares in the big scheme of things? If you benefit from 10, 20, 30, even $100 better pricing, like in the big scheme of things, who cares? We're aiming for a $10 trillion market cap, a $5 trillion market cap. So that's kind of inconsequential. But again, I have the time to be patient, so why not? The other thing I've been kind of contemplating with is maybe it would make more sense for me to not put all that money to work and instead continue sitting on the sidelines until the September Fed meeting, because if we get a 50 basis point then rate hike, then only 50 basis was my point, not 75, and we get better news with regards to CPI or continued downturn of CPI from in August, so September's reading would be August, then it'd be more of a confirmation that we're on the right path. So these are the kind of things I'm thinking about. Let me know, have you guys been buying? Are you guys selling? Hopefully you're not. I wouldn't be. But are you buying now? Are you waiting until after the split? Are you doing both? What are your thoughts? Do you think it'd be wise to wait until after September meeting with the Fed and to see what CPI was for August, just to get more confirmation? Because really we just have one data point, which was the July inflation came down, but we're also seeing it nonstop. Right now oil is under 90. It seems to be going lower and lower, which is good, right? We want that to hold. We're seeing these different numbers coming out of Target and Walmart and Bed Bath & Beyond. We see what's happening with all commodities, with metal pricing. We see, it seems like everything's kind of cooling off, at least for us here in the States. So let me know, what are your thoughts? I need someone to bounce these ideas off of, so please leave comments down below. And also, if you want, do me a favor, hit the like button. I'm not gonna put my thing up today, but if you hit the like button, it helps get more engagement for the channel. It helps get this video out to more people, and anybody who wants to see it, will be able to see it, and maybe they can comment down below and be someone else that I can kind of ping pong ideas off of. And again, it's free, so help us out. All right. Well, like I said, I'm here in Spain with my family. The wife is over actually on a work call right now, so we're just kind of enjoying it, just doing a little life balance here. Tomorrow I do plan on making another video. I'm going to talk about how to pull money out whenever you're financially independent without potentially selling shares, or maybe you do sell shares, but how many do you sell? So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, about financial independence, and how to actually pull out money, liquidity for your spending, potentially without even really bringing down your entire portfolio. So I got a lot of requests for that video. So if you want, stick around, or at least hit the notification button so you guys know when it comes out. All right, we're gonna leave it there. It's late here. I'm gonna go get some food. I appreciate you guys for watching. Let's hope that the rest of this day closes out well. We're sitting here at $925.62 at the moment. So hopefully we finish out the rest of the day green, and then we can go ahead and continue to rally into the stock split, and hopefully thereafter. All right, I love you all. Thanks for watching. As always, peace.